Hi everyone and welcome to yesterday. I guess it's still technically yesterday. I haven't gotten to sleep yet, so can it count as today? Today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. We're at a weird angle because I'm holding the tripod on my couch. And the balloons are because technically, if we're going to be technical, it's my birthday. So that's a thing that's happening right now. I'm 31 minutes into being 25 and it's weird. Yeah, so let's get right to it. At Liz's, Franco comes over. He's going to watch Jake today and start his art therapy. Liz seems apprehensive. Maybe Jake got past it in the last 12 hours. But Franco's ready to work. It's private and there's no pressure. He feels like this will be the perfect time. Maybe when I'm 25, my bangs won't be obnoxious. Yeah. Liz is mostly scared for her, though. She just wants to believe Jake's okay, and who can blame her? And she leaves for work. Franco says they're going to draw stories from when they were kids. It'll be fun. He makes a game of it. He's so good with him. I know we hate saying that, but I just calls it as I sees it. And he's really good with him. And they sword fight with the reams of paper. And, come on, that's just fun. That's just fun. Fun. Franco is talking with Jake, and, when's the last time you liked to slide? Oh, when I was 4. And when's next? Oh, last year. And Jake draws this long blue line between the times he was 4 and 7. So Franco tries to get him to draw or have an idea between those ages, and then he walks on the paper and starts drawing a door. Normal kid stuff, drawing doors, walking on paper, something I can never do because paper is ridiculous and I can't touch it. I don't care how old I get. I will never be touching paper. Don't even try it. At General Hospital, Griffin and Andre talk. He wants to talk with Griffin about what he went through, but Griffin seems under the weather. He's like, allergies. But I'm like, you were just taken hostage less than 12 hours ago. So I'm going to say weird illness. From drinking some wacky tea and having your chest cut and that's weird. I'm not buying the allergies. You don't just get allergies after you go through all that. No, not buying it. Liz gets to work. She can tell Griffin is a little flushed. He sneezes. He's much like Alana today. And he says it's allergies, but she wants to get a second opinion on that. So she checks him out, and he doesn't want to leave. He feels he can still treat patients. He'll put on a mask, which, come on, we all know the mask is just kind of for show. And, she takes his vitals. They talk about Jake, her getting him back, this, that, and the other thing. And his temperature is 101.2. Fever. So he has to go home and rest. Alexis and Sam reunite. She tells her Julian is dead. She tells her what happened. They sent the divers, but they called him off this morning. She ran away, got away from Liv. Julian kind of, took the hit for her. But Sam isn't ready to be grateful to Julian. He's the one who was in this whole situation to begin with. It's the whole thing. Do you get credit for saving someone if you're the one who put them in danger to begin with? What do you think, Ekat? No, Ekat said no. That was so cute. Please don't tell me you saw that. So he could have gone to the police. Alexis says maybe he was trying to protect us this whole time. And, Ekat, what are you doing? So Sam says maybe they're better off. And, that really upsets Alexis. And she's like, you realize you're talking about your father, right? So she's sorry for snapping at her. Sam feels Alexis soften towards Julian, and she says she doesn't know how she feels. She just wants an explanation. The letter, maybe it's time she opened it. Alexis feels Liv was maybe threatening Julian when he tried to kill her, and Sam says, she wasn't there, and she asks, what if he was coerced? What if she was there, without physically being there? And Sam doesn't care about the why, only that he did those things, which, I don't know, seems a little un-Sam to me, but maybe not. And Alexis doesn't agree with that. And, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to reserve my final judgment till we find out, everything, So Sam asks Alexis not to romanticize him. He lied to her, and this letter will be more of the same. Liz comes in. Alexis leaves. She just wanted to check in with her, and Sam says they're fine. Elizabeth has a present for her. At a coffee place, maybe it's the inside of Perks. I don't know. Lulu, Laura, and Dante are having coffee and talking about the evaluation. Lulu goes to fix her makeup, and Dante and Laura talk. Laura tells him about the talk with Kevin, and it could go either way, but she's not telling Lulu that. At the court, Charlotte doesn't want to be there. She says they need to go skating. Nina might be there. He says not today. She's been asking where Nina's been, if Nina's mad at her. He's like, no, Nina's not mad at you. But Nina is there at the court, right, E-Cat? Right. Charlotte is happy to see her. They tell Charlotte just to tell the doctor the truth. That's all you can do. So Valentine is thanking Nina. She's staying with her brother. Valentine asks if she ever questions if she belongs with him, even though she's so sure about Charlotte. She's been doing a lot of thinking. She's felt diminished. All this Anna stuff is kind of brought back when she was cheated on, and she doesn't quite believe him about Anna, but she's going to. So she really pushes that they'll raise Charlotte together and leave the past behind them. And then Laura, Lulu, and Dante arrive. The judge is running late. Nora isn't worried, though. Diane couldn't get information on who's doing the evaluation. The judge is there. The doctor is finished with Charlotte. And once you know, Dr. Andre Maddox did the evaluation. Isn't that cool, E-Cat? Yeah, it's cool. Laura and Dante say he's really good. Kevin speaks highly of him. This is Andre's testimony about Charlotte. That she's very well adjusted. She suffered a loss, and she clings to her father and rejects Lulu kind of on top of that loss, because now she almost feels like she's lost Claudette twice. But that feeling of rejecting Lulu shouldn't be indulged, because as she gets older and learns how she came into the world, she'll want to know her mother and will have felt cheated by her father if she doesn't get that chance. She knows Nina is her mother and loves her, but Charlotte would benefit by getting to know Lulu, and this seems to hurt Nina, and Valentine isn't liking it too much. But Andre goes on to say that Charlotte would be too traumatized to be forced away from Valentine. He's been her only constant, so she should remain in his custody with a condition: supervised visitation. Lulu isn't thrilled, but this will help her form a bond and have a smoother transition getting to know her. And, everyone will be in a safe space, and now the judge is ready to make her final ruling. Nora has a good feeling, so does Nina. Lulu talks with Andre. She has an issue with his evaluation, but he backs up his recommendation, and Dante has issue too. Diane reminds her that they have, much more than the testimony. There's all those documents and affidavits. The judge is ready to render her decision. She gives full custody to Valentine. Lulu has a bit of an outburst, but she will be allowed regular visitation with a court-appointed social worker, and in 6 months they'll have another hearing to see how things went. And honestly, I don't think that's the worst outcome. I mean, I think it's the outcome that makes sense, because Charlotte isn't thrilled with Lulu right now. We know that's bound to change. But, I mean, if she's taken away from Valentine, it would make her hate Lulu even more, because she would blame her for losing her and him and Nina. So, I don't know. I think this is a blessing in disguise for Lulu that she might not see yet. So Valentine thanks Nora. Nina is seeing Lulu break down and cry, and it seems to bother her a little, because I think now the gravity of what's going on is hitting her. Because someone who's just using Charlotte as a pawn isn't going to sit in a courtroom and cry uncontrollably over this verdict. And I don't know. I think Nina made Lulu the enemy so much in her head that this became almost a game to her. And now it's not a game. It's reality. And I think it's finally hitting her, or maybe it's just me. So Charlotte runs to Valentine. She has a sticker. Honestly, stickers are fun. So what are you doing? So I'm not gonna fault her for that. Where am I? He's going to go for a celebratory lunch to celebrate their family, and I think that was a little uncalled for, because that really does shine Lulu in the light of the enemy to Charlotte, which is kind of ridiculous. Nina sees a broken Lulu and doesn't seem happy. She thought she was winning, but I don't think she is. Dante says this isn't forever. They're going to make sure she spends as much time as possible with Charlotte. And Diane says that there's a silver lining. She could have been denied any visitation. This is all in all good, you know. Laura approaches Valentine, Nina, and Charlotte. She wants a word with Valentine. She says, all they want is the best for Charlotte, and a lot can change in 6 months, and I think that strikes Valentine. Jake doesn't want to explain the door to Franco. He wants to play something else, and Franco's like, okay. Liz got Sam a scrapbook for the baby. She thanks Liz. Sam looks at the family tree part, really focusing on the grandpa, and I'm like, yeah, that'll be fun. Alexis has the key to the Dropbox and the letter. Will she read it? I don't know. So that is it for yesterday's General Hospital recap. I honestly don't know my schedule for tomorrow. It's probably, let's just plan for the recap to be up Saturday morning because, you know, it's probably what's going to happen. Thanks for sticking with me. Yesterday I went into the city and saw a play. I'll tell you more about that another time. And thanks again. I know we're better for timing. Yay. And I hope you have a great day, and I will see you probably Saturday morning. So have a great St. Patrick's Day because it's the best holiday ever. Alright, I'm gonna go before I bore you too much. Bye!